on TV3. Now we're going to be talking about the business of exports, and in particular, the movers and shakers. In September, there was a National Awards for Export Achievement, and I have with me, first and foremost, our lovely Agnes. Agnes, you're like a regular now, aren't you? Agnes Ajay-Sam from the Ghana Export Promotion Authority has been rebranded now.
Yes.
Okay, we also have Clarence Ameya, who's the marketing manager of Casa Breco. Good morning, Clarence.
Morning.
And Paul Ayi, who is the general manager of Niche Cocoa. All right, so you're both here because you were both awarded.
Yeah.
Casa Breco was the exporter of the year.
Yeah.
Well done. Well done.
Thank you.
And also Niche Cocoa was given an honorary award. Okay, I'm going to come to you, Agnes, first and foremost. Why the need to, have an award to, award the movers and shakers who are doing the thing in the export industry?
Thank you very much, and we are grateful that you invited us here again. And Ghana Export Promotion Authority is the national public body that is in charge of promoting exports. And so the award scheme is one of our programs to recognize excellence in the sector and to also ensure that people who export bring in their repatriation, that is their earnings back home to Ghana for development. And another reason is to sustain interest in the export sector. Perhaps let me give a very short background to why we were established, and you understand why we are doing the awards. In 1969, or before 1969, Ghana was only exporting 4 primary commodities: cocoa beans, timber logs and lumber, unprocessed minerals, and electricity. But we realized that these 4 products were subjected to commodity price fluctuations. And so we are not getting enough foreign exchange to support our economic development. And so the Ghana Export Promotion Authority was set up to also develop and promote non-traditional exports, which are all exports apart from these 4 primary products. And I'm happy to say that now there are over 400 different non-traditional export products. And the good thing is that they are not all primary products. Some of them are processed, like some alcoholic beverages, which is ready for consumption, and they command premium prices. And then some are also still in the agricultural or in the natural state, because we are still an agricultural economy. And so the National Export Awards was introduced in 1989. And I'm quoting from what the government paper said. It said it was part of the overall scheme of government to promote exports in the non-traditional export sector and to sustain interest for that particular sector. So all we are doing is to promote export from the non-traditional sector and to sustain national interest in the non-traditional export products.
Okay, so I'm going to ask Karen. So as the overall best exporter for Casa Breco, first of all, how does that make you feel, the boost that it kind of gives your brand?
Well, it's we are filled with joy and excitement and great pride, because it's not easy, legally penetrating external markets, with our product or with general exports. There are a lot of regulatory requirements that one has to meet, to be able to get into these markets. And for us, we are faced with challenges whereby, in terms of label requirements, sizes, registering them with the local regulatory authorities to get certain specific numbers on our labels. And sometimes some authorities in some countries will also require some details, specified on the labels. And for us, having achieved all this and being able to export, formally to these markets and growing, it's with pride that we accepted this award.
What do you think other companies can learn from, especially Casa Breco, in terms of how to have the magic, how to be successful and, be able to be exporting non-traditional?
I think basically the word is not to give up, to stay focused, and ensure that, if you hit the wall, you go back, do your homework, and then go back, because I'm sure once you continue trying, eventually you would get it in. And the best thing to do is to always do it legitimately, do it the right way, follow the rules, and you would make it.
Okay. I want to come to you, Paul, from Niche Cocoa. You guys were given an honorary award.
Yes.
What was that for? What was the honor? Particular honor?
The honorary award was in recognition of our production and export of organic cocoa liquor.
So again, what is the formula for you, the guys that, in terms of being successful and being welcomed and doing well in your export?
Let me say that the first and foremost, I just wanted to talk about the award itself. This award to niche cocoa industry that has been in existence for just about 6 years is a morale booster, and it's a marketing tool for gaining credibility locally and internationally. It also serves as a motivating driving force for us not only to increase our throughput, but also to sustain quality that is a stringent requirement of the international market. And at the end of it all, the bottom line is that this will increase our earnings. So to niche cocoa industry, this award is an impetus to actually drive us forward and to put Ghana's name on the international market, so long as the production of such niche products are concerned.
Okay, I'm going to actually just read just some statistics here. So overall, the export has dipped. So in 2012, it was 2.364 billion from 2.423 billion in 2011. So there has been a dip generally overall for exporting. Why is that?
Well, it was a very slight dip, but
it's slight, but
we can't ignore it. It was as a result of, should I call it a technical hitch, if I may say so. About a couple of years back, Côte d'Ivoire had some challenges in the country, political instability, and so some of the big-time exporters there, especially in the cocoa and cashew industry, were using our ports. And so this came as earnings, or they were captured as earnings for Ghana. But when peace was restored, a few of these companies have gone back. And so that was one of the reasons. Another reason is that we are having some challenges with cashew. But let me say that the government is actually working on it, which is that sometimes you find the buyers coming to the farm gates to buy it directly and then taking it out, and then we don't even know it has been taken out.
Do you think they do that because they get better prices? Is it?
Yes, it's one of the reasons why they get better prices.
How can your authority, how can they manage that so that everybody is basically happy?
The good thing is that now we know that it's a challenge there, and so we are working with a lot of institutions, including Ministry of Food and Agriculture, Ghana Cocoa Board, because they also have a lot to do with cashew and coffee. And so so many institutions are on board, and we are trying to seal the loopholes. And so we believe that in the next couple of years, this perennial, in fact, it's been on for a long time, so we've been trying to resolve it. And we believe that we'll be able to resolve this challenge in the coming years, perhaps next year.
Okay.
And then,
very, very hopeful. We like that.
Yeah.
All right. To both Paul and Clarence, I want to ask: is there like an umbrella body where you feel like your companies like yourself are protected under? You guys come together in case of any issues. Is there an umbrella body out there that's supporting what you do?
Well, okay. Well, that's why Agnes and her team are there. The Ghana Export Promotion Authority have been very, very great, helpful, basically, in supporting us in, penetrating external markets.
Are they meeting your needs?
Well,
all
yes.
your needs.
Well, they are, because they do facilitate a lot of initiatives through trade fairs. They help us to get into international trade fairs. They even go to the extent of organizing sole Ghanaian exhibitions for us to be able to promote made in Ghana products. And, penetrating new market is not easy. You need to sample your products. You need to also talk to potential distributors and people that you'd work with. And it's not easy. But with the help of
is it
the Ghana Export,
intensive?
it is, because sometimes you would go to a market or a region looking for business, and you spend a lot of money and not get anything in return. Yeah, and then also Some of our missions in the countries that we visited have also been very great, very helpful in helping us get into business leads and contacts to do business with. Yeah.
If I may just add to that, for Niche, we believe that our collaboration with Ghana Export Promotion Authority has actually launched us onto the international market. It's because Ghana Export Promotion Authority is the platform that we use to reach into the international market. In particular reference even to these production of organic cocoa liquor, through the Ghana Export Promotion Authority, we have access to the international market. We were also privileged to attend one of the largest organic trade fairs in the world, that is in Germany. We've been attending these under the auspices of Ghana Export Promotion Authority. As I speak now, plans are even far advanced for us to once again go to Germany for the fair BioFac somewhere in February. That tells you that that collaboration with GEPA is exposing Niche to the international market. Let me quickly add that in the recent fair that we attended at GPA in Germany, there were officials from the GEPA who connected us to customers who want to access the Ghanaian market. So long as organic products are concerned, particular reference to cocoa, they're coming from the background that Ghana's cocoa is the best in the world. So then if the whole world is turning towards organic, and knowing that Ghana cocoa is the best, enjoying a premium, then let's then look at the possibility of we assessing companies in Ghana that have the capacity of adding value to Ghana's organic cocoa beans. And we came back with a lot of offers through the efforts of GEPA. Like I speak this morning, efforts plans are far advanced under the auspices of GEPA for us to assess the Chinese market. So we feel that working with GEPA is actually exposing us to the international market.
Okay, so to Agnes, to the Ghana Export Promotion Authority, what is there in place, especially not just for the awards, but just, for the authority to monitor and measure people, say, bribing, going to the, we remember that big case earlier when custom officials were taking bribes. How do you sort of sanction that and look into it so that maybe someone who's been doing the wrong thing doesn't get a massive award?
Thank you. We are very happy to hear that our good work is not going unnoticed, and so we are happy that these two wholly indigenous Ghanaian companies are making it in the international market. Now, when it comes to the awards, it's so transparent. To start with, we collect information from the GCNet. They work with customs. It is the Ghana Community Network. It is whatever you are exporting. Once you do your processing, electronic documentation, it is captured. And so that information comes to us. It goes to a lot of institutions, including the Ministry of Trade and Industry. So that's our first port, or the first kind of information we use. The GCNet information.
So you go out and you select them? They don't come to, they don't?
No.
Okay, so there's no application?
No application.
With some envelope with
No, not at all.
Okay.
So that's the first step. So we get this earnings from the GCNet, system. And then we write to the companies to say that our records indicate that you exported so much of this. But because we are talking about export and we are concerned about repatriation of earnings, we write to you and to your bankers to confirm whether or not this company actually exported and repatriated this amount home. So it's the banks, their banks, who sometimes they don't even see the letters.
Okay.
The banks directly write to us to confirm or otherwise, to say that yes, indeed, Casapreco or Niche Cocoa exported and repatriated this amount of money to Ghana. And then there's an interinstitutional committee that has been put together. It includes Ministry of Trade and Industry, it includes Export Development and Investment Fund, Ministry of Agriculture, representation from Federation of Association of Ghanaian Exporters. There's quite a number, but let me just cut that one. They sit down and then look at all the information you have brought and what the banks have said. We look at your growth also, what you did the year before, what you are doing now. And then we use some of these things to select you. So sometimes we at Export Promotion Authority, until we finish, we don't even know who is winning what award. So it's just the process that it
So if you know you've received an award, then you know that
yes,
you have a clean head, clean
exactly,
heart.
Yeah.
And okay, Now, there's an obsession in this country with foreign goods. It's everywhere. We don't like our own. I know there's campaigns going on to get people wearing or consuming made in Ghana goods. Can the trend be reversed, essentially?
Yeah, I believe it could be. One of the challenges is affordability. Because in order for us to be in a competitive market, then our products should be said that it should favorably compare to those that are flooding our Ghanaian market from the outside in terms of price, branding, packaging. And I believe that we've come a long way. Strides are being made. And with government support, with tax reliefs and all this coming in, certainly for some of us who are even in the free zone enclave and enjoying some kinds of tax relief, we should be able to produce products for the local market that will be competitive enough. So quite recently there was this forum on the need to increase the awareness for cocoa consumption, for instance, in Ghana, organized by the Ghana Cocoa Board. This is one of the things that I believe that if we champion it very well, we should be able to flood our local market with locally produced goods. And I believe that with time we should be able to reverse the trend.
Okay, Clarence?
Well, I'm glad he's already talked about branding and then pricing. I'll just hit on quality. I know in past, Ghanaian products have been looked at as inferior products, or if you like, fake products. But then for us at Kasapreko, quality is a hallmark for us. We have invested in equipment and machinery to ensure that we continue to deliver nothing but consistency and quality product to our consumers. So we'll encourage consumers out there to patronize, made in Ghana products, Kasapreko beverage drinks and what we have in Ghana. Yeah.
Brilliant. Okay.
Just to add to that, one of the key things is for most of these companies to try to seek certifications. You see, because once you seek certifications to certain management systems, it gives a third-party assurance to the consumer that I can guarantee the consumption of safe product. It is not just only about quality, but it's also about food safety. So once indigenous companies are striving to seek certifications, then you give that assurance to the consumer that certainly I don't even need to carry out a third-party audits at your premises. I can confidently consume your goods. So I believe that that is one of the way forward. And most Ghanaian companies now, with a lot of certification bodies in Ghana, are striving to seek such certifications, which will lead to recognition.
Okay, just last question. I'm going to throw it to Agnes. How does your organizing body? How are you going to sustain the interest of exporters, and also to not just there's the awards, but is there anything else that you guys are planning to do to keep them basically on their toes?
Thank you very much. We have a number of programs we organize with and for the exporters. I think we've spoken a lot about market missions, so I won't belabor that. But it includes also market missions. So in the next couple of weeks, we are taking people from the horticultural sector to various destinations in the UK and then the EU and the US to let them meet buyers. We've already started talking with the buyers. So that is market mission. And that is different from, or sales mission, that is different from trade fairs. And then we also have what we call the National Exporters Forum. We organize that about 2 times in a year, where we bring together all stakeholders in the industry. And then so it includes exporters and key people in facilitating institutions like the Ministers of Trade and Industry, Ministers of Foreign Affairs and Agriculture. We all meet and have first-hand interactions. And for a lot of the exporters, that's the first time they're actually meeting and bearing their heart out to the ministers. And for the ministers, it's an opportunity for them to actually understand what is happening in the export sector. And I'm happy to say that a lot of the changes and the good things that are being sustained in the export sector have come about because of these direct interactions amongst the exporter community. And so it's one of the programs we do. And then one of the things that we're going to step up we are doing, but we know it's not enough, is to visit the exporters more.
Okay.
So rather than wait till we meet them at the Exporters Forum or wait till we meet them at the banquet or to give them an award, we want to promise them here and now that we would visit them very regularly. Casa Preco will come, Niche Cocoa will come there more regularly to actually learn more first-hand interactions with their processes, their products, and with their workers, so that would better appreciate their challenges and transfer this into our programs, so that it will be a win-win for all of us.
Brilliant. We're out of time, so I'm going to say, first of all, thank you to Agnes Ajay-Sam from the Ghana Export Promotion Authority. It's always a mouthful there. And Paul Ayi from, who's the GM of Niche Cocoa. Congratulations on your award. And of course, Karen's Ameya, who is the marketing manager of Casa Preco. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Well, thank you. There you have it right there, a little bit on the National Export Awards. National Awards for Export. So we have more coming up. This is New Day.